Hey everyone, welcome back to another video here on the channel. This week, Lexus was kind enough to send me the 2025 UX300h to test and review. And although this vehicle didn't go through a refresh or an all-new generation for this model year, it did, however, receive an updated all-new powertrain to this vehicle, borrowed from that of some of the more recent Toyota products, including the Prius. So in today's video, I want to take you around the 300h premium trim level, which is one step up over the base UX. Tell you everything that it has to offer, some of the features and options that this particular one is optioned with, which brings the price into the mid $40,000 price point, including the all-wheel drive. And also make sure you guys stay tuned here on the channel for my dedicated likes and dislikes, as well as my driving impressions and driving review videos, because I believe this is the first time for a week-long review I've been behind the wheel of a vehicle with this 5th generation hybrid system from Toyota and Lexus. So I am quite interested to provide my opinions of this powertrain, just how smooth this vehicle is on a daily commuting basis, and my overall MPG fuel efficiency figures and stuff like that. So without further ado, let's not waste time and take a look at what everything that this 300h has to offer for just over $46,000. So the UX in front of us is finished in the newly available Copper Crest exterior with the Palomino and Black two-tone Lexus Leatherette on the inside. This is a very striking color combination, probably not one that I would personally opt for within the UX's lineup, but it is a very interesting one, and I applaud Lexus for all the different color combinations that they do offer, both in the F Sport trims as well as these normal and premium ones as seen here. Now, as I mentioned, this is not a refresh model, so it's going to be a carryover from 2024 in terms of its exterior design language and features and options. So starting at the front end of the UX, you'll find LED projector headlights, both low and high beam, daytime running lights, and incandescent turn signals in that upper housing. Unfortunately, fog lights are not available, but you do have some fake grille accents on the sides of the front fascia. Nice chrome trim that wraps out the bottom of the Lexus Crest grille. Front and rear parking sensors, but unfortunately no 360 or front camera system will be found in the UX's lineup, and there is a better look at that nice high metallic darker gray trim in that grille itself. Now, coming around to the side profile of the UX, you will find body color cladding around the wheel arches. And coming to the wheel and tire setup, this is going to be the 18-inch dark gunmetal gray and machine finished wheel. These are going to be 225/50 18-inch Bridgestone Terenza EL450 run flat all season tires. So this is going to have a run flat tire on all four corners versus that of a traditional spare tire or tire mobility kit that typically will come on vehicles these days. So there is a look at the tread pattern there. You will get partial body color and partial gloss black mirrors with a decent amount of bright chrome trim in the middle. It does have LED turn signal integration, no cameras or puddle lights, but the mirrors themselves are going to be heated and do feature blind spot detection. Both of the two front door handles will have the Lexus proximity entry. And then you can see here on the side profile, some of that nice bright chrome trim around the windows, as well as the silver accented roof rails up top. This vehicle does feature a slightly oversized or normal size power sunroof over the two front seats, as this is, a little bit on the smaller side of things in terms of, crossovers or SUVs, so it doesn't have a panoramic option available. Now, coming out back, you will find full LED lighting in terms of its running lights, brake lights. Turn signals are going to be up top with your reverse lights all the way down at the very corners of the bottom of the rear bumper. A little bit more darker trim as far as that goes out back with your rear parking sensors. Nice Lexus badging here front and center. Backup camera is going to be located just above the license plate with the all-wheel drive UX300h badging over there on the passenger side, which is a new badging for the 2025 model year with this updated powertrain, which formerly this vehicle was known as the UX250h. Just a little bit more output from the system, so Lexus kind of uses the higher number of 300 to signify that this is, an updated powertrain with a little bit of additional power underneath the hood. So that is pretty much going to be a quick look here at the exterior of the UX. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. But let's go and take a quick look at the window sticker so you guys know exactly how this one is equipped before jumping onto the interior. So take a look on the interior. As I was mentioning, this one has the Palomino and Black two-tone Lux on the inside, but other color combinations and availability is going to be available depending on the trim level that you do choose. Now, starting out here on the door pin, you're going to have a good amount of soft touch materials, even though this is the more basic or entry-level Lexus within the lineup. So this portion right here is going to be a nice black kind of texture material with the nice lighter tan armrest, which is greatly, softly padded right there. Power windows, mirrors, and locks, with all 4 windows being fully automatic up, down, and a decent amount of lower door storage. This vehicle is only available with a standard 6-speaker audio system, as a premium system is not available within the UX lineup. A little bit unfortunate there, but that is just the way they've packaged this vehicle. And then coming to the driver's seat, it is going to be a 10-way power adjustment with 2-way power lumbar on the driver's side. And there you can see the nice new Lux material with the perforations in the center for the heated and ventilated functionality. And then coming over here to the dashboard, there you can see it's mostly black accented. So here in the interior of the UX300H, you're going to find a lot of familiar Lexus and Toyota influence as far as the technology, some of the feature set and overall design that I have featured in some of my other videos. Now, in front of the driver, you're going to find a fully digital 12.3-inch display that can be configured here on the left side of the steering wheel. Now, if you want to know everything that you can do with this cluster, make sure to check out the Toyota Grand Highlander video where I went through all of the interior technology. It also has the same, size digital cluster, and I basically show you everything that you can do and configure with this display. But overall, you get 3 presets that you can quickly select between here on the side of the steering wheel. And again, you can customize all 3 of these sections using those controls and kind of, personalize it to your own. Now, coming back to the steering wheel, it is going to be a black leather wrap steering wheel that is going to be heated 2-stage with an automated function. On the left side, you have your audio, multimedia, volume controls, and on the right side, you have your adaptive cruise control, lane centering assist, some of the other audio controls at the very bottom, and your different modes for the cruise control and distance settings, everything like that. Automatic headlights with auto high beam assist are going to be found on this vehicle, as well as automatic rain sense wipers, which is always a nice feature to have. To the left of the steering wheel, you have your trip information as well as your reset and gauge dimming. And then this little button right here is going to turn the optional heads-up display on and off, kind of a quick toggle button. So you can see pressing that, it will go ahead and just turn that system on and off, which is great, easy access. You have traction control turned off on the left side of the hood, and then your drive mode selection here on the right side, very similar to that of the LC vehicles and some of the other Toyota sedans and performance vehicles, again, that I have made videos on. Now, looking at that heads-up display out there, there is going to be some customization that you can do with it. It does have your speed readout, current gear selection, and some of your other current driver assist systems at the very top, and I really do like it. This is a standalone about $900 option on this vehicle, and if you enjoy using those systems, then I would highly recommend optioning it. Now, coming over here to the infotainment system, this is once again a 12.3-inch LCD touchscreen. It does support wireless Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. You can see the built-in Toyota maps are running right now. Sirius XM, AM, FM, USB, Bluetooth inputs as well. And then all of your systems are going to be controlled and configured through this display. You have your energy flow icon right there. Go into your different settings through this, and again, you can customize a lot of different settings through this, including sound and media. You can tune the EQ of the system, do all the usual stuff, set up your vehicle customization features for the adaptive cruise control, a lot of the other settings, as well as access wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. AC vents and hazard buttons below that. Dual zone automatic climate control down here with all of these physical buttons. There's your stop start button for the engine. Wireless charger is going to be way down there next to the USB-C ports. This is a standalone $75 option. 2 decently sized cup holders. You can see a 20-ounce Yeti tumbler in this side. Nice Lexus shift knob, which I have been a fan of in every other vehicle that has this setup. Dedicated EV mode, as well as automatic hold for the brake, and then your nice buttons for the heated and ventilated front seats and the heated steering wheel. And as you can see, they do have automated functions, so you can simply press that and it will basically dictate on outside ambient temperature whether or not to turn the systems on and off. Center console is the dual hinge design, so you can open it here from the passenger side and or the driver's side. You will find a 12-volt outlet as well as a USB-A port inside, which is the older standard, and that might show just a little bit of the how old this platform is in general, given it still has the USB-A, but nice to have one of those ports inside this vehicle rather than only USB-C. Coming up top, you have a black soft headliner. Nice incandescent illumination for the vanity lights, a little bit of a cost-cutting feature there. Auto-dimming interior rearview mirror with garage home link on the bottom, overhead LED lighting that are the touch-sensitive type, and then your power sunroof, emergency SOS services, and your overhead door, sensor on and off. And there is going to be the slightly oversized power sunroof. It does have the nice manual shade, which is easy to slide open and close. And I will go ahead and show you just how far this sunroof opens so you guys get a better idea as far as that goes. But it is a nice sizable sunroof for a vehicle, on the smaller side of things. But that's pretty much going to be a look here at the interior front seat. Let's go and take a look out back. Now take a look at the back seat of the UX. Some of the materials will follow through from the front, including here on the door panel. So you will get the soft touch armrest portion, but none of the upper plastics are going to be the same as the front. Unfortunately, no storage on the door panel, which is a bummer, but this vehicle is quite on the smaller side, so it does make sense why they omitted a little bit of that. As far as the rear seat, no perforations on the seat itself, but the materials are going to be the same. And stepping inside, it is going to be a little bit of a duck and tight nature given the sloping roof line. There's going to be a quick look here at the front seat. And in terms of rear seat amenities, we do have AC vents as well as 2 USB-C charging ports, 1 mat pocket on the passenger side, nothing here on the driver's side. And you can see immediately how tight or small this vehicle is. As behind my rough driving position, I'm about 5'9", but I do have my seat set generally a little bit farther back than some drivers. I have about 1 to 2 inches of legroom. Footroom is just enough to sneak my feet under while touching the bottom of the seat. So, borderline comfortable down there. And in terms of headroom, I would say I have about inch and a half of headroom as well, similar to that of legroom. So it's fairly tight back here, certainly kind of a small hatchback type of overall space, but it's actually quite comfortable given the shape of the seat, the material itself, the padding and cushioning. I really don't have any major complaints for, short to medium length commutes. Overhead LED lighting, we do have a pull down center armrest with 2 cup holders, and then the seats do fold down 60-40 split. So considering the size of this vehicle, I actually don't have many complaints back here, and amenities are generally for this price point adequate, but of course it would always be nice to have a little bit more. Now taking a look at the cargo area behind the second row seats, this vehicle does have a power liftgate, which is always a very handy feature to have. And immediately you can tell just how small this vehicle is by the available cargo area, especially with the second row seats upright. Now another aspect to consider is just how high the load floor or the lift-in height is going to be. So once you factor those two considerations in, it is going to be a little bit of a quirky design. Now luckily beneath the floor you do have a good amount of underfloor storage here on this first tier, 4 to 6 inches deep or so. And then if you lift this second panel up, there's going to be even more underfloor storage with a couple of your roadside toolkits and items such as that. So there is going to be some usable space. It is just maybe a little bit trickier to access that. But you have LED lighting on both the left and right hand side with a 12-volt outlet on the driver's side. So really it's not going to be all that bad, similar of a compact hatchback in terms of available room, but just note that lift and height is a little bit on the higher side. Now finally, wrapping this video up here on the passenger front seat, we will find a power passenger seat, which is always a nice handy feature to have. Now unfortunately it does not include the lumbar adjustment, but does have the height adjustment. And there's going to be a look at the dashboard. This is the normal or regular dashboard. There is going to be available interior option packages that you can get to change some of this material as well as that along the center console. But I really actually do like this premium looking with the accent stitching across this and the top sections of the doors. But there is going to be a look at the glove box, a little bit on the smaller side, more of a slide-in glove box rather than a box design that typically drops down, but still usable enough for the owner's manual and smaller items as that. Let's go ahead and pop the hood and see what powers this particular vehicle before go ahead and wrapping up this video. Now under the hood of the UX300H, you're going to find a 2-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine paired to 3 electric motors and of course a small high voltage battery pack. Total system output is 196 horsepower, which is about 15 horsepower more than the outgoing UX250H. And unfortunately, Lexus does not provide a combined torque figure, but torque alone from the 2-liter engine is going to be about 152 pound-feet of torque. And overall acceleration has been approved by roughly 0.8 seconds or so, 0 to 60 from that of the outgoing model and powertrain, as well as a slight increase in overall MPG with this new setup. So I think that's going to do it here for this quick walk around tour of the 2025 UX300H premium trim level within the lineup. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and or found something helpful. If you did, make sure to hit that like button below, subscribe if you haven't already, and like I said, make sure to stay tuned for my likes and dislikes, as well as my driving review and driving impressions of the UX with this, all new for this vehicle powertrain that has been borrowed from some of the other more recent Toyota vehicles within their lineup. But as a whole, I think the UX is actually a very interesting vehicle within the lineup, given it is the entry-level, small, very compact, subcompact SUV. And I think if you're more of a traditional hatchback type of buyer and don't necessarily want some of the higher lifted, larger SUVs within Lexus's lineup, the UX is certainly going to be a vehicle that I would highly recommend at least checking out in person, getting hands-on with the vehicle and seeing if it is large enough for your needs, or you prefer some of the other driving aspects, especially with that updated powertrain, which does make a substantial difference from what I've seen versus the previous model years of the UX. I like a lot of the aspects on the interior materials. Feature set in this premium one is very good. The seat comfort's extremely good, like that of pretty much every other Lexus I've been in. And with this updated technology that they have rolled out over the last couple of years, I think, for the mid $40,000 price point, it certainly has everything that one would expect. It's just whether or not it has the overall physical size that you're looking for in a, subcompact SUV in this class. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. What do you think of this color combination with the Copper Crest and this tan interior? Certainly a bold combination. I like the interior. Not sure I would pick the exterior personally, but I like the variety and the amount of different color combinations that you can choose. And I think that's just a highlight of Toyota Lexus products in general. But leave your comments, feedback down in the comment section below. As always, I appreciate the support and hope to see you guys in the next one.